Seeing these films will immediately make you better than everyone else around you. A lot of people ask me what movies they should watch if they want to get into making movies. I talked about some of them in this video, but I wanted to throw out some more. Here are some films to make you feel like a film student. Chien Andalou. I mentioned this one in the other video because I think it's really important. People made fun of my French when I said the title of it. Sorry, I don't speak French well at all. This is the movie with the razor blade slicing across the eye. It's a lot. But the lesson from this is surrealism is fun. I'm not saying watching an eye get sliced open is fun. I'm saying surrealism can be fun. Breathless. Speaking of French, this is a classic example of the French New Wave. It's got so many great examples of how you as a director can break from the traditional rules of cinema. It's also worth watching Richard Linklater's movie that is about the making of this, a really good companion watch to Breathless. Do the Right Thing. I went to NYU for film school, and there is nothing more NYU than Spike Lee. I almost put She's Gotta Have It on here, but I feel like there's no better example of Spike Lee at his best than Do the Right Thing. It's him on top of his game. He was in that window of time where ambition was high and there was no fear of doing too much. And also, it's got the whole opening credit sequence of Rosie Perez, so just watch it for that. Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction is the movie Quentin Tarantino made by consuming all other movies. There are homages to Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Psycho, and so many more movies. It really is a Frankenstein's monster of all the cool stuff that came before it. And it works. It's alive. Sorry, I'll edit that out. Watch Pulp Fiction just for the understanding that you can do whatever you want with a timeline. You do not need to have events playing out linearly. And also, taking the best things from movies you love can work. It can also fail miserably, which I've seen plenty of times before. But it can work, and Pulp Fiction is an example of that. Singin' in the Rain. The musical is an important part of cinematic history. We've had a lot of great musicals over the years. Purple Rain, La La Land. But significantly, Singin' in the Rain. Singin' in the Rain is the best musical. I'll fight somebody about that. Street fight, no holds barred, no weapons. But Singin' in the Rain is charming. It's got one of the best musical numbers ever in it, and it's just a good movie. So you need to know about musicals. Even if you don't like musicals, watch Singin' in the Rain, then you have at least musicals under your belt. Chungking Express. Okay, this was a bit of an outlier, but I decided to put it on here because Wong Kar-wai is an important director for you to know. Chungking Express maybe isn't as great a movie as I thought it was when I first watched it, but it's still a really great movie. And it's worth watching just to hear that one reggae song play over and over again because it's a good song. But if you want to be a director, it's important that you know who Wong Kar-wai is and that you study some of his films. And Chungking Express definitely feels like the type of thing that you need to be watching in film school. It's very 90s, like incredibly 90s. But the 90s are in right now, so you'll love it. The Dekalog. 10 one-hour Polish movies, each dedicated to one of the commandments. That's what this is, the Dekalog. I saw this more than 25 years ago at this point, and it still haunts me. Like, I'm upset about it. This is the type of film that will depress you for multiple decades. It's wonderful. Seven Samurai. I can't talk about the history of cinema without talking about Kurosawa. And there's a lot of other Kurosawa movies that I would love to put on here. Kiru, Rashomon, Yojimbo. I love them. He's just got a long, long list of great movies. But the most Kurosawa movie is Seven Samurai. So I recommend that you watch it. You don't need to have seen the first 6 Samurai to understand Seven Samurai. I am so sorry about that joke. I'll edit that one out too. Speaking of numbers in films, 8.5. When it comes to Fellini movies, I actually prefer La Dolce Vita to 8.5. But 8.5 is about a guy who's making a movie. So I feel like if you want to be a film student and you want to feel like you're in film school, 8.5 is the movie that makes the most sense for you to get a sense of what does a Fellini film look like. Hollywood Shuffle. This one gets overlooked. I think it's just a product of the time when it was made that it gets overlooked. And also that it's a comedy because people don't always take comedies seriously. I mean, you ruin a comedy if you take it seriously. But I mean, you don't give it enough credit. Hollywood Shuffle, directed by Robert Townsend. Keenan Ivory Wayans and Robert Townsend wrote it together. It's really a series of sketches kind of combined into one film with a through line. If you watch it, you can see where In Living Color came from, and later on, The Chappelle Show. Robert Townsend shot this movie in 12 days, spread out over 2 years, and a lot of credit card debt. So you need to watch this film to understand that you can make something. You watching this, can make a movie. Robert Townsend did it. Slow and steady. It's a hell of a lot easier now. a hell of a lot easier now to make something and get it out to the world. This movie should make you realize that making movies is possible for you, for anyone. I don't mean that as an insult to Robert Townsend. I mean that if it takes 2 years to shoot 12 days of stuff and it takes even longer to edit it all together and get it all out, it still can be done. Don't give up. That's what I mean. Robert Townsend, great example of that. He also is a professor, I believe, at USC right now. So that's pretty cool, too, if you happen to actually be in film school. There's a list of some films that should have you feeling like a film student in no time. Some of them are tough watches. That's part of going to film school. You gotta sit through some tough watches. Give these films your time. Give these films your attention. And I bet you start to take some valuable lessons from them. If you haven't watched my old film school video from 14 years ago now, please check it out. And I also made another one on things that I wish I learned in film school, which is a collection of stuff that I've kind of learned while producing and making things in the years since then.